Just take any stick or ice cream sticks or any wooden sticks and just roll around the circular motion. As you can see, the wax is melting and changing its color also.
Kritika, we get the wax from Amazon also. Shweta ma'am is melting the wax right now in the pan. Ma'am, you aren't visible, I believe. Sorry, I think. Just a second, guys. Let me just see. I'm sorry, guys. I think there's some network issue with the ma'am. I'm just checking it out. Ma'am, you're on mute right now. Yeah.
Yes. So my wax is almost melted. Now I want to pour some more, like some white wax in it. So I'll just keep this wax aside and clean it. Like I'll just put the wax in this. No. Now I'll show you like how to clean the leftover color. So you have to take some tissue paper, like any tissue paper, and clean the leftover color and the wax. Don't use water to clean your pan. Always use a tissue paper. As you can see, my pan is very clean. So I'll pour some new wax in it to make the candle. So like it's a chunk of soy wax. To pour this. As you can see, the wax is very soft, and the more the wax is soft, the more it has it's chemical free. Now I'll show you how to pour the color and at what ml the fragrance oil should be there in a small jar candle. Temperature is 200 degrees Celsius. This is how a transparent wax looks. The wax is all paraffin wax and soy wax are always transparent. You have to add color to it to make it red or black, any color, or maybe this yellow.
Bhumi has a question that how much wax is needed for making one jar candle?
So there are different types of jars I have. I can show you. So this is a different kind of a jar. This has a different size and different shape. This is circle. It has a different size, and this circle also has a different size. So whenever you buy a candle, sorry, or buy a jar or any jar you have at home, you want to make a candle out of it. Just make sure you know its gram, like how much gram of candle or a wax it can have. If you buy a 1 kg of soy wax, 1 kg of soy wax can make 5 to 6 jar candles. So you can maybe pour 100 ml to 150 ml. Like I'm making this small jar candle. So this is 100 ml.
Pratima is asking on induction which mode it is.
Boiling.
Okay.
Since you are boiling the water and then the wax is getting melted, so it's always the boiling thing.
Yeah.
Like the water is boiling and then.
So Hazrika has a question. Can we use wax crayons, the ones which we use for coloring?
Uh, Oil based. You can use any crayon, but oil based.
Okay. And Pooja is asking, can we use any jar in any glass jar? Is it okay?
Yes, any glass jar, any mitti ka jar also you can use. Ceramic jar, any jar you can use. Instead of plastic, like don't use plastic. You can use ceramic, you can use glass, you can use mitti wala.
Shweta has a question that what is the name of the color?
You can use any crayons, oil-based crayons. Can you see this? Oil-based. It should be oil-based crayons. Like you can see, my wax is very, very transparent. So you can even use the transparent wax if you need white color like this. Uh, White color like this, and if you want some like a red thing, or you want the green, like some sort of green like this, then you have to just add any color to it, like any crayons, oil based, and you are good to go.
So Rangoli has a question that can we use mica powders for coloring?
Mica powders are for shimmer but not for coloring. It will only give shimmer to your candle, not the exact color, like this red. It won't give you this red.
So Ankita has a question that glass jar could get cracked because of heat.
No, it won't. This is a glass jar, and this is a glass jar. I will tell you, like, when you have to pour the wax in the jar so that the jar won't heat and crack.
Moshmi has a question: can we use the bees wax also?
You can use beeswax, but not as an experiment, because beeswax is pretty expensive. If you are experimenting or just starting as a new business, don't use beeswax because it's very, very experimental and expensive. Once you know how to make candles, once you are mastered in it, then you can obviously use beeswax. You can
Pooja,
use stove, but like for experimenting as a starter, you must use an induction only. Don't burn your house with stove. So my wax is melted. I keep it aside for 5 to 7 minutes. After your wax is fully melted, you have to keep your melted wax aside for 5 to 7 minutes. Till then, you can place your jar. I'll get the jar. Till your wax is just setting, take a jar, any any kind of jar you have at home for experimenting. Take this, take your wick, and this wooden wick comes with a holder, this holder. So you have to just put this wick here. For pasting the wick into the jar, I would suggest you all, like, you can get these glue dots at any stationery shop. These are glue dot. It's very, very sticky. So for this, you can just have it here, and here comes your glue dot, and paste it in the middle of the jar like this. So here is your wick. Like the wick comes in many sizes. This is 20 centimeter, and you can also get 30 centimeter to 40 centimeter wick. So you can cut this wick into its size. like the jar size. I'm cutting in the jar size itself. So my wick is done. Okay. So like my wax is here. Which color should I? Would you guys prefer any color?
Yellow, pink,
Mhm.
purple, red, orange.
Okay, I'll go with purple.
Yellow,
Let's
yellow is the most
let
preferred one, I believe.
okay yellow.
Yeah,
So
yellow.
I so my jar is like 100 ml ka. It's very small. It's a kind of short glass jar. It's not even 100 ml. So I'll pour less than half in it, like 1/4 of this much crayon. Can you see? Only this much. And after pouring, just stir.
Pooja has a question, ma'am. What is the sticker you use for sticking the wick called?
Woodwick. The sticker, it is called glue dot. You can find it on Amazon and any stationery shop. So you can see the color. Just mix the uh, crayon thoroughly in your wax. Make sure there are no color lumps in your wax. Like you can see, there are no clumps. For pouring your this essential oil, you can even use a dropper. This is a 5 ml dropper. You can use any dropper. So I'll use this as
So,
my.
ma'am, Bhumi is asking how to make it in multiple colors.
Mm, that's like I can show you a multiple color candle in just a 1 hour workshop. Uh, that's a very like 2 to 3 hour process.
Isha is asking where we can get jar from at a cheaper price.
I get the shot glasses jar from Amazon. It was a set of 10. So like this dropper is a 5 ml dropper. So I'll just take some.
Hazrika is asking, can we reuse the old candles?
Yes, you can always reuse the whole candles. Stir it thoroughly. Even if you don't have a dropper, you can just pour it like that, like a pinch of thing. Like 5 to 6 drops are very enough for a short glass candle. Now you can directly, you have the color, you have the fragrance. Place your jar and pour.
So there's a question, how much essential oils can we use in it?
You can use in this short glass candle, you can use 5 to 6 drops, not more than that. And if you are taking any, you can making any candle, not more than 5 ml essential oil is required. Not more than 5 ml. 5 ml is pretty enough. Like you can see your mine put the wax. Now this will take at least 2 hours to dry. In normal summer days, this takes 3 hours to dry. But since it is winters in Delhi, so it will take 2 hours approximately to dry. And if you want to decorate your glass jar, you can use dried flowers and any lace, or like in this, I have used some baby breaths to decorate my candle. In this also, I have used a small dried flower to decorate it. You can use any dried flower, artificial flowers, anything.
So there's a question, ma'am. Can we use anything else in place of essential oils, like
Fragrance
natural
oil.
flowers?
No, it won't give that much of fragrance. You can use fragrance oil or essential oil. Both are good enough. And make sure your glass jar, sorry, I'm just glass, make sure your glass jar is left a little, like I have, has a little bit of space. Can you all see? It has at least 2 mm of like half a centimeter space. Always leave this much of space, because when you burn this candle, it won't, the wax won't come out. If you fill it properly, like till up, your wax will come out. So yes, this is how you make a normal glass candle. I started making candle, like I had a lot of wax at my house, and like I had this empty jar, empty glass I took and made a candle out of the leftover wax. So, like when you start making a candle, always try to make it in a jar first. When you know how to make it in a jar, then shift to a mold candle like this one, or this is also a mold candle. Always make a jar candle first, then you can shift to a mold candle, because mold candle has a different process than a jar candle.
So, ma'am, let's just come back to the questions only then.
Yes.
Vedika has a question that what other types of wick can we use?
So there are only two types of wick. One is this cotton wick, which is not very sustainable. It is very cheap, and like you can see, and it doesn't even burn slower. It burns very fast. Your candle will just burn too fast. And the other one is this is wood wick, which we used today in the class. So usually I prefer this. I prefer both basically according to um, my preference, but this is more sustainable and burns slower.
Okay. So, Hazrika has a question. Can we make it theme wise as well?
Theme wise, as in,
No worries. Hazrika, you can type again your question. No worries with that. Till the time, how do you prevent tunneling? Gargi is asking this question.
the pouring thing. So you can directly pour from your pan. There is no any process of like pouring in different cups and then pouring into the jar. You can directly pour from your. Make sure your pan has a handle, a big handle.
Gargi is saying
So
no, not pouring.
that depends on the wick. Uh, if you use this wick, you will have a hole in your candle when you burn it, because this is very very thin. Like, it's not even 1 mm. But if you are using this wood wick, it spreads your wax around because it's 1 centimeter. Like, if you burn this 1 centimeter of wick, it will flow the whole candle and you won't have a hole in it. So the dugging thing depends on the wick you are using. No, you after your wax is fully melted, only then you have to pour your essential oil and your color, not before the wax is melted. No, I don't think you can use soy wax in wax modeling. Like, I have never tried it, but if you want, you can. So the candle I made is also an aroma candle because I have poured essential oil in this. So if you are planning to make a business from it, uh, you have to be very very consistent, and there is not only one type of candle. There are at least 20 types of candle you can make. So that basic depends on you. Like, no, all pastels are natural.